Q is our customer's friend, the customer wins. I love that. Who else wins? The host, okay? Our host benefits are phenomenal. This is why you can do this business. If you're a retard at parties like I was, I had never gone to a party, I didn't know anything about home parties, nobody invited me because I wanted to come, and now I do home parties. Our host benefits are awesome. Because I was kind of anti-home parties before Shelf Reliance, I kept track my first year of all of my hosts that hosted a party for me. More than 3/4 of my hosts had never, ever hosted a party like me, or they had hosted a party before of some other business and said, I will never do that again. More than 3/4. People want to host for Shelf Reliance because they get all these great products. So don't be afraid. People will host parties for you. Okay. The hosts win because the double dip, we touched on the double dip. Scott touched on the double dip. Somebody's sitting at the party saying, ooh, this is brilliant, I want this, I'm not gonna buy, I'm gonna wait till my own party so my sale will apply to that. No way, they don't have to do that. They can buy now. Let's say they spend $100, that $100 will go with them to their party. It's a double dip because both hosts get to dip in on that. That's awesome. That is also another great recruitment for getting more hosts, okay? That's brilliant. The other awesome thing why the Q is great for hosts is the Q budget times 3. Now this is what I'm going to explain to you. Whenever someone signs up on the Q, they have a commitment for their first 3 shipments. So whatever they set their budget at, let's say $100 for easy math. I like numbers, but I'm not super good at numbers. If they set their budget for $100, the company knows that in the next 3 months, they're going to have $300 in sales, right? Are we following this math? They take that $300 and kick it back to the host. So for every Q customer that signs up at that host's party, they get $300 applied to their sales. What does that do to their party sale? Right? So they get a ton of free stuff. This is great. The Q is a win-win for our hosts. Who else wins? The company, right? The company has these guaranteed customers every month that are coming back and shopping every month. Is that great for any company? You betcha. So the company wins. Who else wins? Okay, this is so exciting. The consultant wins. First, number 1, all of us get to be on the Q ourselves. So we can be building up our home store. Do we love our home store? Oh my gosh, we love our home store. Okay, I'm supposed to tell a funny story, so this is sort of funny. I had been on the Q for 3 months, and I had been using all these freeze-dried products, and I was loving my freeze-dried products because there's no math to do or conversions. If you need a cup of blueberries, fresh blueberries, you just throw in a cup of Thrive blueberries, right? You don't have to be smart to cook with Thrive. Well, I got my first can of carrots. The carrots are not freeze-dried. We do have dehydrated products as well as freeze-dried, but I've been cooking with freeze-dried. So I had this recipe from my sister-in-law for chicken noodle soup. Everything was Thrive. I'm so excited because I'm not going to have to cut my carrots this time because my carrots had just come in the shipment. And so the recipe called for 2 to 4 cups of fresh chopped carrots. Well, I like carrots. So I put in 4 cups of dehydrated carrots into this pot, and I'm like, holy cow. I'm calling her like, is there supposed to be water still in it? So anyway, there's a little tip about if you're cooking with dehydrated, you do have to think a little bit. I probably should have put like a half a cup. So anyway, that was our carrot noodle soup joke in our house. Woo, that was special. That was. But do we not love that I didn't have to chop carrots? I've never done that again. That's because I had a home store. So consultants win with the Q because ourselves, we have our own home store coming, right? Now, we also can host a party as a consultant. We're the host and the consultant. When you're the host and the consultant, you get the host benefits. That means you get the Q budget amount times 3 to your party. Is this awesome? More free stuff, right? So that's another win for consultants. It makes recruiting for hosts super easy. Do we not love helping our hosts? That's my favorite part of this job. Let me tell you, you just got $3 million worth of product. You know, you spent 50 or whatever the number turns out to be. Isn't that the most favorite thing to tell your hosts? They're like, are you kidding? Yes. And then they're like, can I host another party? Yes. Let me look at my calendar, right? So this is really great for recruiting for hosts. That makes our job easy as a consultant. We don't have to be begging. Will you please do me a favor. I sell this stuff. We don't have to. People want it. They're going to ask you for parties. That, of course, matters your approach, right? Sarah, my darling, just got over that hang-up because we are doing them a favor, right? Because we're giving them all this product just because we are happy to come to their house and share this product for them. Okay, so it makes recruiting easy. We win again. Oh, the residual Q commission, 5%. Rachel covered that really well. You sell the Q, you get a higher percentage that first month, and then forever, as long as that Q is active, you continue to earn 5%. Are you working to make another sale? No, you just get paid 5% for fun. You did it once, and then you keep getting paid. This is brilliant. This is brilliant. The other win, which is my favorite thing, because I am a number nerd, is the residual Q sale. Remember how Rachel was showing the personal sales requirement to qualify to earn commission on your team, on your team's volume, rather? You have to be hitting certain numbers in personal sales. However, with the Q, as you build up your Q customer base, those sales can begin to be hit without you even doing a party. Do you see the beauty of this? Mm-hmm. Now, the scenario that Rachel talked about, this was one night where I was just being a total nerd with, like, if you just work consistently, not super hard, but super consistent, what can you come up with? Okay, if I'm just going to do one party a week, that's all. I mean, I'm a mom, I have 5 kids, I got a lot of jobs. I can only do one party a week. What if I commit to doing one party a week? Is that possible? Okay, fantastic. At each party, do I think that I could get 2 people interested in the Q? Yes. Everyone loves the Q. Okay, so yes, the answer is yes. Do we want to share the Platinum Q Club membership with them? Yes. So easy we can get people to understand to get on the Q at a $100 budget. This is brilliant. Can I do that? Yeah, I think I can do that. If you do that consistently for 1 year, your personal sales will be $10,000. Now, of course, that means that everybody stayed on the Q and, you know, it's a perfect world, but maybe some of them fell off and you have $8,000. That's awesome, right? Okay, so residual sales is awesome. This is how I explain it to somebody who's learning at the very beginning. This is really basic. If I say, last month all I did is I signed up 1 person on the Q, the whole month. I signed up 1 person on the Q for $100. My sales last month was $100. $100. Okay, this month I do the same amount of work. I sign up 1 person on the Q for $100. What's my sales, my personal sales this month? $200. $200. Do you see how this builds? Okay, win. Another win. Okay, we love the Q. Okay, I have a story here, I think. Oh no, that was the story. Yes, $10,000 in residual sale. Okay, now if we look back at residual commission, that 5%, do you know what that personal sales is in commission? $500. $500 that 12th month, and you didn't do anything. I mean, you probably are doing parties also, but those residual sales are giving you $500 padding to your check that month. Who doesn't want that, right? This is the power of the Q and the potential of your future growth just by being consistent. The Q is magic. Okay, so how do we sell the Q? There's that scary word to me, sell. I mean, some people are awesome salesmen. But selling is scary to me, and it's scary to a lot of people. I have a pretty big team, and it's a common concern. Oh, I'm not a salesman. I can't do it. I'm not a salesman. Well, actually, you can. You can do it. Now, what is the key to the Q? You got to love the Q, right? Yourself. Are you going to sell somebody something that you're like, oh, here's this really awesome thing? I mean, oh, awesome. Okay, thanks, Scott. So you gotta love the Q. How are you gonna love the Q? You're gonna be a Q customer. You're gonna open your cans and you're gonna use your product. And sometimes you're gonna fail and you're gonna make carrot noodle soup. But mostly it's gonna be awesome. So fall in love with the Q. If you love it, if you use it, you can sell it. And the awesome thing is, no longer are you selling. You are sharing. Are you not gonna share something that you love? You are. And so the Q makes it magic, makes our job super, super easy. Okay, so how do you share it? This is something that I've started training on recently, and it is just going crazy with success. Let's do parties with a purpose, okay? Let's not just do parties and do more parties and make sure I have 4 parties this month and just do parties. No more. We're not just going to go and do a party and say, I did my party. Before every single party, think to yourself, why am I doing this party? Who can I help? How many people can I help sign on the queue and bless their life to build a home store, right? So go to your party with a purpose. If you're going to go with this plan, the $10,000 in a year plan, or $10,000 in sales in a year plan, then go to the party and say, I am going to help 2 people sign up on the queue at this party, right? Make a plan for your party. Have a plan, have a purpose for that party. With that party, say how many people you intend to book a party with. You know, how many people will you help by going and hosting or consulting at a party that they host? So be thinking how many people you can help and the different ways that you can help them. The most incredible way to help someone is this business. This is life-changing business, not only financially, the financial freedom, the possibility that that offers, but personal development. Good night. Did I ever think, a mom of 5 kids and whatever, I bought this shirt at Kohl's. If anyone knows me, I don't shop, and I am talking in front of groups of people. I love this. This is super fun. We get to develop ourselves personally. We get to learn how to be friends with the phone, right? By practicing. Things that seemed hard, we can accomplish. And what does that give us? A lot of confidence. This is a really incredible opportunity. Okay, so how you share it is you love it. You make your parties purposeful. Have a plan for your parties. Now this is a really huge key about the party. Getting people on the queue. There are going to be concerns, right? I don't really have the money. That's a huge concern. What's some more? Any other ideas? I don't want to commit. I don't want to be suckered into something, a monthly thing, right? That's a big concern. Yep, I got to talk to my husband. Good one. Other concerns that we come across at parties.
I'm on a really tight budget.
I'm on a really tight budget. I don't know if I have the money. Okay. Did you guys see the allocation thing? This is brilliant. When I first learned about the queue, I thought, oh my word, these founders, they're inspired, really. They're inspired to come up with this way that you can budget to build up your home store. That's brilliant. But they didn't stop there because someone's going to say, but I don't have a food storage budget, right? So then all is lost, except not really. Because this is groceries to your door. And so you don't need a food storage budget. You already have your food budget. So I'm going to tell you my experience with the queue. Holly Hardy is my sponsor. She used to be here. She lives in Hawaii now, and she introduced this to me. And I was saying, oh, I'm not a salesman, I don't do home parties, everything was no way, no way. But I do like food storage. So I looked into it and was reading online about the queue. And the queue was saying, okay, if you're on the queue, you're going to get the very best product. Is that true? This is the best product out there. If you're on the queue, you're going to get the very best pricing. Also true. If you're on the queue, you will find that you save money. I'm like, oh, please. Every company is going to say, do this thing, and it's going to make your life wonderful, and da-da-da. And so I was a skeptic forever, and finally I drove my husband insane, and he said, well, you just sign up for the queue. If you hate the queue, then you can cancel the queue. No, but then I'm going to be on there for 3 months. You know, all the concerns that I had. I finally got on the queue, and I was going to put it to the test, because if you aren't using your products, then it is an additional expense, right? If you're using your products, it's groceries to your door. So I opened up the can, and I did it to prove them wrong. Now, I am a budget nerd, so I knew my budget. And that first month, as I was using the product, the first thing I noticed is how much time I was saving. Dinner time is not my favorite time of the day. It is crunch time, everyone's coming home, kids are crying because they're hungry, kids need homework help, kids are playing the piano. I mean, it's not a happy time in my house, but cooking with Thrive, you're done. You're done cooking, but you made a gourmet meal. So I was in love with Thrive my first month. At the end of the month, I did my bills, and I redid them several times because I had saved $123 from my grocery budget using my Thrive products. And I was only using it here and there. My second month, I went crazy with my Thrive. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, I can make this entire recipe out of Thrive. And I was cooking with Thrive all the time. My second month, I saved $160 on my regular grocery budget. Does this save people time? Does this save people money? This is brilliant. So, when you are doing your presentation, share in your presentation some kind of a story like this. Address concerns, because there are concerns and they're valid. But if you answer that concern in your presentation, your sale is done. You don't have to talk to each person one-on-one and resolve every single person's concerns. So in your presentation, resolve their concerns during the presentation. And you know what they are because you probably had them, right? And now you know the other side of it. The cue works. The cue is magic. And so just during your presentation, resolve concerns. That is a huge, huge help. Let's see. 2 other quick tips. Get your host on board. A lot of times, your host is already signed up on the queue. That helps all of her friends get on the queue. So get your host on board, and you're doing a lot more communication with her. So give her a little one-on-one about why the queue is magic and why it's great for her and why it's going to be great for her party. And that's going to really help you get people on the queue. And then as you train, it will help people stay on the queue. The queue is super, super, super magic, and I'm going to quick close here. Sorry, Scott, I'm talking really fast as I can. Oh, last little tip. You're trying to help your customers get the very best bang for their buck. So we're selling this platinum promotion, which is fantastic. It's a great benefit for them with a $100 budget. If you look at the shipping bracket, on the price list there, the shipping bracket cutoff is at $130. So if you show that to people, look, if you set your budget at $130, you're going to max out that shipping bracket, which makes them happy because they're going to pay $12.99 either way. Max out that shipping bracket, and look what that does to their double dip. $3.90 is what their double dip becomes. That's a huge benefit. And so just these little tiny tips to help your customers be the happiest with their queue. The queue is magic, magic, magic. All of you who are thinking about consulting, oh my gosh, it is so fantastic to be able to become more confident, more self-reliant, financially free, and to be able to help other people do that. So it is the 20% off, right?
Yes.
On the consultant sign up. This is a great time to sign up. In addition to that, go to convention. Convention is a game changer for real. So be at convention. I can't stress that enough. This has been an amazing opportunity. I'm so grateful to be a part of it. And thanks.
Thanks.